This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. This is a sponsored message. I've been using Anchor as my podcast host for a while now, and it's been a pleasure to use. Anchor offers benefits that most other hosts do not. It's free to use, but it also has a collection of tools that allow you to create a podcast completely within the Anchor website or smartphone app. They distribute your show to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other distribution channels without any additional effort on your part, and you can make money from your podcast without any minimum audience size. So you can use it as a more traditional podcast host like I do, but it's also got everything you need to start a podcast from scratch. If you're keen to give it a shot, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's Monday, February 20th, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From the Associated Press, Nigerian cash crisis brings pain. The Central Bank of Nigeria's deployment of new 200, 500, and 1,000 naira notes and newly imposed limits on how much cash can be pulled from bank accounts within a given period have sparked a cash crisis that's leaving many Nigerians unable to purchase essentials like food. These new notes and policies are meant to help prevent money laundering and election manipulation, truncate high inflation rates, and to nudge citizens toward using digital payments. But the move is generally seen as having been rushed, as banks don't have enough cash on hand for those who want it, which in turn has led to not enough usable cash in circulation, even after the president directed the central bank to up their efforts and make sure people have what they need. Some analysts have said they expect this move will worsen the problems it was meant to solve, as, among other consequences, people may now be more likely to sell their votes in exchange for hard-to-get physical cash. From Africa News, more than 185,000 people displaced due to violence in Somaliland. According to a United Nations statement, more than 185,000 people have been forced to flee their homes in the town of Lasanad in Somaliland, 89% of whom are women and children, and many of whom are now living without shelter or other basic essentials post-retreat. Somaliland is not an internationally recognized independent nation, which has kept it and its approximately 4.5 million inhabitants impoverished since it declared independence from Somalia in 1991. Clashes with militias loyal to the Somalian government have led to local violence since early February, and this has spiraled into renewed tensions throughout the region, which in turn have led to fighting and terrorism, despite a ceasefire that was declared between the groups on February 10th. And from the Wall Street Journal, under Elon Musk, Twitter faces suits claiming over $14 million in unpaid bills. At least 9 lawsuits have been filed against social platform Twitter since billionaire Elon Musk took over in October of last year. These lawsuits allege that the company has not paid its bills for services ranging from branded swag to transportation to consulting services, and analysts suggest that Musk is attempting to cut costs rapidly and dramatically to ensure the huge amount of debt he piled onto the company when he bought it can be serviced, which in turn is leading to these unpaid bills. Musk and Twitter haven't commented on this trend, but it would seem that the unpaid parties, including the company that rents Twitter its office space, and which is now owed $6.8 million in rent payments, aren't confident those bills will be paid anytime soon without this extra encouragement. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.